Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand. Today we've got a request for Darren Wright. Now Darren is one of the people responsible for getting me into Black Sabbath, helping me fall in love with the band. Anyway, his comment here: it's been a year since the first Black Sabbath week, so I figure it's time to finish out the original concert with Fairies Wear Boots. I'd be interested to have you speak shortly about what you thought when you first got the Hand of Doom reaction and how the year has changed your idea of Sabbath, that era, and how Bill has influenced others. Be well, friend, from Darren. Darren, thank you so much for your contributions to the channel and this pick. I think I'll talk about that at the end of the video, so stick around. And without further ado, let's hit the video. And remember guys, there is at this point a Black Sabbath reaction playlist because I'm a fan, I'm a new fan, and this band has completely blown me away. All right, let's check out Fairies Wear Boots live in Paris 1970. Let's check it out.
I did a number now called Fairies Wear Boots, a number of our new album. very much. It's all from Black Sabbath. Thank you.
Darren Wright, thank you so much for this request. I guess trying to put this into perspective compared to the first Black Sabbath song that I did on the channel, which was Hand of Doom live 1970. I believe it was the same concert. I think that's right. Any people can correct me if I'm wrong. Hit me in the comment section. I'm not as shocked now. If you go back and watch that Hand of Doom reaction, I mean, that is just jaw open shock at what I'm seeing, at what Black Sabbath is compared to what I thought Black Sabbath was, if that makes sense for you. Now I know a little bit more what they're about, how they switch styles, switch feels. I sort of have mentioned a few times that they switch genres. I don't mean that. They switch feels, which demonstrates a bit of virtuosity on each instrument, demonstrates influence on each instrument, from blues to funk to, you know, all the different genres that they're hitting, to the heavy stuff, that they've got a wide range of influences. So that side of things is not shocking to me anymore. I'm actually surprised I haven't done Fairies Wear Boots. I don't think I have done the studio version, at least. I think that is the total first time for me with this song. So I am getting some more familiarity with the different songs. To answer your question, Darren, and they have been the band that I would say have been the most surprising for me. It's the most surprising group in the sense that, again, what I thought the band was going to be and what they are. Bill Ward is just one hell of a drummer. It was interesting actually watching him from sort of behind. We had that almost like a bit of a drum cam thing going from behind. You could see how high his left foot was coming off the hi-hat pedal, like full body, like really into it, and just full body sort of attack on the drums. That was really interesting for me. I didn't realize he had 2 floor toms. I don't know if I noticed that in the Hand of Doom video. 2 floor toms and 1 rack tom. Interesting setup. Also interesting back then how not heavy duty the hardware was. It just like cymbal stands just coming up off the kick drum and connected that way. That tiny splash, which must be a 10-inch splash, if that. And just the classic Bill Wardisms. Setting up hits, setting up fills, hand shred, but then not afraid to just place notes around the toms for a more sparse setup or a sparse fill. And just tight grooves. I mean, this is a group. I believe they only formed, shortly before that first album, 1969. Was it 1968? I think they formed, something like that. And it's amazing how tight everything is and how much they sound like a band. That is really cool. That's got a little bit of that Led Zeppelin, lightning in a bottle vibe for me, where it's like, man, this is just a real connection. Guys like Geezer, who is probably, for a lot of people, I don't know, I'm just going to guess, he might be seen as a bit of like the fourth wheel. You got Ozzy, who's obviously an international star, celebrity, more or less, Tony Iommi, great guitaring, genius level guitarist, who I would sort of put up there with guys like Hendrix, like not even kidding now. Like seriously, just like the riff guy. But man, and on Bill Ward, we'll get to Bill Ward, but Geezer, I mean, just the machine chugging away. It's almost like at points looked like he was playing piano on that bass. Just really interesting style and really melodic, really busy, but never getting in the way. Like the ultimate sideman bassist. And And then you've got Bill Ward. Wow. Yeah, you're asking about how my perception of them has evolved over however long it's been that I've been featuring Black Sabbath on the channel. Bill Ward's playing is sophisticated. I mean, his time is heavy. Now, they're not metronomic through the whole song. The one strange thing that they will do, which you don't get now, is the tempo it'll just change. And they're not tied to anything. They're not tied to a click. They've got freedom to explore. And if we want to put this part that's a shuffle at this beat in the song, we just do it. and it's just like, well, we just do, maybe that was a bit more normal in the 60s and 70s. I don't know about that, but Led Zepp, were they changing tempo that noticeably? I'm not sure about that. Where did the change in tempo and the change of style come in? I'm not 100% sure. You don't hear it that often. It's experimental. It's a bit sort of more on the proggy side. Just as an aside, I was actually teaching a student Korn, Blind, yesterday. If you haven't heard that song in a while, I haven't heard that song, I think, since I was at high school. Listening to it and teaching it, grabbed all the music off Drumming on, taught it, and that's a song that, despite, what was that, mid-90s? Complete changes in tempo. Killing in the Name was another one. That's early 90s. And I just wonder, perhaps that is an example of a subtle influence from a group like Black Sabbath, where it's like, hey, it's all right. If the verse feels good, 10 BPM down, just do it. Just glide into it. If you go as a band, it's still tight. So there's this misconception that changing tempo means you're a loose band. It's only loose if different members are fading, like racing or dragging when they're not supposed to be on their own. If the whole band is doing it as a technique, as a transition, or as a part in the song, it's great. It's exciting. It's fun. I mean, I really notice it with groups like this that, wow, look what they've really gone for something here. They've done something different. Despite my relatively new and modern love for this group, the initial hit, the initial shock factor has gone a little bit. And now I can just listen to them and go, man, this is so creative. I can look at them I know I have a good feel now for how influential and creative they were. One thing I was going to point out, actually, I think people mentioned on the Hand of Doom live video that I did do that the lyrics, Ozzy's vocals were sort of, I wouldn't say off the rails, they were different. Maybe they hadn't established the lyrics by that point. Maybe Ozzy had forgotten them. I don't know what the reason was. And I did notice here when the vocals came in right at the start, that's where it was especially noticeable for me. The phrasing didn't really feel like it was bouncing off the rhythm or the melody that cleanly. So it hit me in the... And I rate Ozzy as a vocalist, especially in this era. So I'm not critiquing him. I just noticed that, and it made me wonder if, again, perhaps the vocals on this tune were a work in progress and they hadn't sort of been established yet. I know Geezer wrote all the vocals, so I believe that's true. Again, hit me in the comments. Perhaps there is a part of using someone else's words and then fitting that in and figuring out the phrasing and the melody that you're going to do on your own vocal part, but using someone else's lyrics. So there might be a little bit of a disconnect there at this point of the live concert. Not sure. It doesn't take away from the energy of a live performance. There's no light show. There's no laser show. There's no nothing. It's just four people on a stage with a flat white stage light playing their off. Going for it. Redlining on their ability. I mean, on the opening guitar part, there were just wrong notes. I always do this disclaimer that this sounds like a critique. In 2023, I've said the word wrong, so that implies that it's incorrect and bad. I don't mean that. I mean, it's just, we're hearing creation. We're hearing humanity. Slowing down, speeding up, bum notes, play on, play your off. It's just such a pure musical statement, and it's at that point of just being art. It's just art. I view this as art. Like the Michael Shreve Soul Sacrifice Santana video that I recently did. It's just like, I don't know, achingly beautiful how pure and original it is. It's just music. There is no production. There's no production at all. There's no pretense. There's not even pretending to bring stuff in or use different elements like lighting or whatever to shock and influence the audience. It's just the music. And it's just a wonderful thing. Bill Ward is one hell of a player. He's become one of my favorite drummers. I mean, not even kidding. After that Hand of Doom reaction, I was so blown away, and then people started requesting more and more Sabbath. I did do a Hand of Doom drum cover, so please do go and check it out. I believe from memory, I think I did it on the E-kit. Maybe I need to re-record it on the acoustic. But for me to go in and learn a song like that, I'm inspired. So I want to go and check the song out. I want to go and learn it and absorb it because it's just so awesome. I mean, that totally blew me away. I've gone back to Hand of Doom a number of times, and I do believe it was because it was just the first one. It was the first one for me. I was like, wow, this is Black Sabbath? I'm into that. I didn't know that was Black Sabbath. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Darren Wright. And again, I do thank you for the support. It really means the world. Helps to keep the mics and the lights on here. So I really do thank you, man. Guys, if you dug this video, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, and leaving a comment with what you thought of this video and what you would like me to check out in the future. Remember, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month. You will get access to the blocked videos. Direct reaction requests like this one are available via the PayPal link. That's the only way I can guarantee a request. And you, as a subscriber of my channel, get access to a full and free 30-day trial over at Drumeo. Access to the world's best educators. You can learn drums, guitar, bass, vocals, all within the same package. They've got over 6,000 songs transcribed, and you can go on there, you'll find a whole bunch of Black Sabbath songs, and that's how I learned the Hand of Doom cover that I did do. So go and get it as an awesome resource. Guys, until next time, keep chopping wood, stay safe, ciao.